Most famous of all, of course, Naim Suleimanoglu. So here's the outsider, really, of Baramov. There's a spread of 40 kilos in the class, and he's looking for a total of 300 kilos for the evening, or better if he can.
Well, I'm sure he'll be doing more than that.
Still in the junior ranks, just 20. And that's very good. That is 7.5 kilos up on his personal best. So that's a really good effort by him. 7th in the Junior Europeans last year. And as we've often said, David, at this age and at this stage of their development, progress is often quite quick.
Yes, definitely a talent for the future. So the bar now moves to 145 kilos, that's 320 pounds. Remember, these men weighing in at 153 pounds, or just a shade under 11 stone.
Arkadiusz Szmulka for Poland. Now, he's not a newcomer, but it was a lifter in the mid-90s and then was a bit of a naughty boy in 1999. As a result, has served a disqualification for a couple of years, missed out on the Olympics, and now is back.
So using the hook grip there, wrapping the fingers over the thumb, which all these athletes do.
Fair enough start. Just to emphasise that in the field tonight, the light man is Georgios Salilis, 68 kilos 50, and as you've already mentioned, David, Galibin Buevski, the heavy man, at 68 kilos 91. Whether those bodyweight factors will come into play, we'll have to wait and see for a little while. So 145 kilos by Szmulka means that he's clearly in the lead. Now Matveev for Russia. Russia are having a great day. It would be a surprise, I think, David, if this man made it 3 championships out of 3 for Thursday here in Loutraki. But Valentina Popova in the 69 and a terrific youngster who we'll be showing you highlights of in the interval. Stay with us for that, because it's worth having a look at this young woman, because I think she's a real star of the future, or potentially, but a European champion at the age of 17. Matveev now 31 years of age.
Yeah, Matveev always threatening to do well, but never actually quite manages to pull it off. We always have some failures, or he manages to clean a big weight, but never quite pulls out the jerk part of the phase.
Yeah, 4th in the World Championships in 2001, 2nd in the Europeans. That was not a bad season for him, but you can't depend on him. You certainly wouldn't put your mortgage on Matveev. Now Lucian Maxinianu for Romania. Competes also in the Austrian Bundesliga for Linz. Twelfth at the last World Championships, 5th at the Europeans a couple of years ago. Those would be the most notable results. I wonder where he borrowed that expression from. We've seen that from a few lifters.
I thought it was David Beckham for a minute. I thought he'd
Zoltan Keskes, fifth in Europe, behind Boevski. Boevski took the European gold last year ahead of Sazilis and Aribacioglu of Turkey. And Keskes snatched 147.5 kilos and 180 for 327.5. But the Hungarians, definitely their preparation is a long curve, with most of their A team participating in the Worlds in November. But there could be an argument to pay more attention to the Europeans next year.
good.
Just to elaborate on that point, David, certainly the British squad and squads like the French have taken note of the fact that, you know, going to the World Championships in Vancouver is all very nice, lovely place to go to, lovely place to lift in. But on the other hand, if you're looking for points, which is what you need to qualify your lifters for the World Championships, if you go there, your chances of actually collecting many or any points is pretty slim. On the other hand, at the European Championships, you'd have a better chance. Well, I'll tell you what, you'd have thought he just won the gold with the noise, not just coming out for his second attempt. And even Yakovov's having to raise his voice to make sure he's heard. So this is 1:45 for Salilis. In a way, something of the nearly man, fourth in the Olympic Games in Atlanta. This is a very good start.
Yeah, still off his personal best, so I believe he's done 155, so it's about 10 kilos off the mark.
Yes, I mean, he's lifting well within himself, but as we said right from the beginning, there's a long plan that Yakovov's got for him. I mean, for a lot of these men, I mean, Georgios is 30 years of old, like Pyrrhos Dimas and Kakashvilis. You know, Athens is definitely going to be the final competition for these men who've been, you know, working and training so hard for such a long time that probably they've only got really the one Olympics left.
So Matviev being coached there, encouraged by the great David Riggott. Some of you will remember him, some of you won't. Bit of a showman from about 20 years ago. Used to lift as a 90 kilo lifter, had all the world records, and was always a bit of a character. Used to smoke 2 packets of cigarettes a day and drink a bottle of vodka, and had a couple of spells in prison, but he seems to have calmed down a bit now.
Well, can this Russian army officer make amends, get a score on the board? 145 kilos, 26 seconds in which to get that bar moving. Much better.
So the encouragement from the coach, David Riggott, seems to have done the trick, and Matviev is on the board. So the weight staying on 145.
Maximianu of Romania got to come out again. Head down, almost bowed all the way through. Maybe concentrating, but already doesn't fill me with a great deal of confidence.
You look plenty strong enough. You just seem to be lacking in concentration.
Well, you're absolutely right. This time, the strength easily there, and the focus 100%, and the reward, a score on the board. Maxianu of Romania, 68 kilos, 61. So Celidis on 145, 68.50. Matveev 68.75. And Lucian Maxianu 58.61. So Celidis in the lead early days though. Now Khalil also going for 145, and he's very close in terms of body weight to Celidis. Khalil 68.51, Celidis 68.50. So this would put him into second place in the snatch. Last attempt though.
So bags of power, but again technique letting him down, and that means he's going to be left on 140. And although he's a strong lifter in the clean and jerk, it's not really the best position at the halfway stage. He's in sixth place at the moment.
Well, not when you're facing the likes of Borevsky.
Well, still two lifters to start, so I guess he'll be left down in eighth place. It's a long way to come back.
Yeah, still quite a lot of lifts to come actually. The Poles got two, that's Shmolka. Matveyev's got one, Maxianu one. And here comes Turan Mizayev of Azerbaijan to open his campaign in this men's 69 kilo class. Sixth in the World Championships last season, third a couple of years ago in the Europeans. So experienced enough.
Yeah, he's another man who he's not consistent, but when he has his day, he can be dangerous.
Now he's 5 kilos inside his competition best.
Very good. It looks good. For my money, that's the most confident snatch I've seen this evening. So perhaps Boevsky's got a bit of a competition on hand.
Well, let's hope so, because we'd like to see Boevsky pushed a little bit. And 68 kilos, 61. Boevsky is the heavy man, of course, so there's a little bit of help there for this man from Azerbaijan.
So this man, the lightest athlete in the class, so I guess that this lift, for now anyway, will put him into the lead.
Moreover, if he can get this, which he should do, again, we've made the point that he's actually well inside his lifetime best, but it will give him confidence to go on to the second half of the competition. He's not always a man who has produced 6 good lifts. Is that technique or just lack of belief?
He just didn't look strong enough. Didn't get enough height on the bar. So we'll have to see how he fares in the clean and jerk.
But he's left on 145. But there are still plenty of twists and turns left in this first half of the competition. Boevsky, who is a man who trains alone, only rejoined the Bulgarian team, there he is in picture, some 10 days ago.
And there's that contrast in physique. You compare him to the Turkish athlete.
Lean and mean though.
Yeah, it just shows that the people that appear to, or the people that look the strongest, aren't always. Physique can often be very deceiving.
150 there as a starting weight for Boevsky. Olympic champion, of course, ahead of Georgy Markov and Sergei Levranov in Sydney. World champion in 2001 ahead of Celidis and Arabachioglu, and then bombing out last year And Zhang of China becoming world champion ahead of Chen, his teammate, and Youssef Sabai of Tunisia. Another surprise there, getting the bronze.
So, this will tell the tale. Is he back to his old form? Well, we've seen him more convincing than that.
I think that was just the first lift, a little bit nervous. I think we'll see better now. A little bit like Mutlu. There was no doubt when Halil Mutlu came on stage for his very first lift last night, and that was confirmed when I had a chat with the doctor. He was really nervous, Mutlu, but once he got a lift under his belt, he could start to enjoy himself a little and play a little bit, as he loves to do. This is Smolka, the Pole. Got 145 kilos, up to 150.
Having said that, that lift did put Boevsky straight into the lead, but there's still quite a few people left in this competition.
Yeah, but he won't be in the lead for long if this Polish man can pick up this bar. Well, I'm sure he's got the power and the strength to do that. That was just technically, just got away, just went just beyond.
Didn't keep his shoulders over the bar quite long enough in the first phase, the pull phase. Leaned back on it a bit, and there it goes out the back door. This boy's been building steadily.
Keshkes. He's got a 145, so
it looked good on his first attempt.
Again, everybody's lighter than Boevsky, so anybody who makes 150 at this particular moment will take the lead. But of course, they're using up their lives faster than Boevsky, who will be quite happy, I think, now that he's got 2 lifts to come. Half a minute.
Yes, and if I remember, this man lifted at the Worlds and managed to get 6 good lifts, and all of them look well within him. So perhaps today we'll see him pushed a bit further. So Boevsky hanging on to that first place at the moment.
Yeah, just a correction, David. I think I said Boevsky was the heaviest man. Actually, Keshkes is. Just looking at 68.95.
Oh yes, the Hungarian's the heaviest. That's right, by 0.4.
Yeah. So that's an extra bonus as far as Boevsky's concerned in respect of Keshkes. Now Matveev, 150. This could be interesting, you know, if he could do this, he'd keep himself very much in the hunt.
Yeah, I think this is asking a lot, though.
Well, this is equal to his competition best. Is he in that sort of condition?
Well, I thought it was asking a lot. So he finishes on 145 and has that to take over into the clean and jerk.
Well, I did say, David, that, you know, if it went according to the way it looked on paper, Boevsky, and then there'd be a real group battling it out for silver and bronze, and that's the way it looks at the moment. but it is early. So Maxinianu for Romania, 1:45. Can he do what one or two in the last couple of minutes have been unable to do? This would be.
Well, I think he's strong enough. The 145, he pulled it very, very high. So this is just a question of getting everything right, concentrating and believing. This, of course, would give him the lead by virtue of lighter body weight at this stage of the competition. Oh, so close. And he knows it.
Still, of course, the man from Azerbaijan, David, to lift. And remember, he's got 147.5 on the board, so he's in good condition.
But we're staying on this 150 for now, and I think it's going to be the Pole who comes out next. Yes, it is.
Big opportunity for this man, David.
Yes, third attempt, chance to take the lead momentarily at least, and of course to put the pressure back on Boevski.
Only half a dozen lifts to come, and one of those is this one. So this is well worth it. This is probably worth a medal, you know, David.
Yeah, pressure lift.
Because he's lighter than Keshkes. Not lighter than Mirzaev, but could be worth a bronze medal, this.
Well, not sure. Left arm was a bit dodgy, but referees are happy with it. 3 white, so he goes into the lead by virtue of lighter body weight. But of course, Boevski still has 2 attempts left.
Keshkes 1 and Mirzaev 2.
That's right. So he's in that horrible position where he's just got to sit and hope that other people fail.
But he does have that little bit of body weight advantage. He's 68.73 and Keshkes 68.95. So if Keshkes doesn't get this, then that would leave him with just Boevski and Mirzaev. So he'd have the bronze. So really, it's all down to Keshkes. Keshkes effectively.
Well, Keshkes can't.
Well, he can't
beat him with this because A, it's his last attempt, and B, he's heavier.
So either they haven't picked that up, or they've just decided that Keshkes can't or shouldn't go any further and just needs to get this to keep himself in the overall competition. So that was a bronze medal lift for a Smolka, as it turns out.
Well, it could even, at the moment, it's gold at the moment.
You can't, as you've said many times, David, you can't chase a bar like that. And more worrying for Keshkes, that leaves him on 145. Now he's got the worry that the likes of Boevski and Mirzaev will go further away from him.
So 2 men left in this competition. 4 attempts, 2 each. And the first man to come out onto the stage is Mrzoyan with 152.5 kilo, which will equal his personal best and, of course, put him straight into the lead. Looked good on his first attempt, didn't he? Looked very, very confident.
Yeah. European fourth last year when he snatched 150 kilos, so this will certainly improve on that. He had 330. He was a little bit unlucky last year because he ended up in fourth place. He only lost the bronze medal in the Europeans by virtue of body weight. So maybe it's going to be his lucky year. But you make your own luck by picking up the weight.
He's definitely capable of this physically. You just got to get his concentration going. It'll be good to see this because it'll put pressure back on Boevsky, and it'll be up to the Boevsky to perform then.
Time aplenty. Oh, very good. Very good indeed. And I think that's pretty sensible, because now if Boevsky wants to win the gold, he's got to go to 155.
Has to do 155. But of course, this man's still left with another attempt also. So if he then did 155, Boevsky would have to do 157.5. So,
but he's doing the
competition.
He's doing the right thing by using just the minimum increment here and not trying to be flashy or silly.
Yes, and of course he's got the body weight advantage as well.
And that 152.5 kilos now gives him obviously a little bit clear water over the man in third place, Smolka. And if you go back to the like of Keshkes, who's now 7.5 kilos behind.
So Boevsky
155.
155 didn't look convincing on that first 150. So has he gone back? Has he got himself together? Time will tell.
I think it was just a little nervousness.
So, this for the lead again. That's better.
Leader and Moseyev has got one more lift, and of course if he goes to 155 he'll regain the advantage by virtue of that lighter body weight and ask another question of Boevsky.
Yes, of course Boevsky's got a best of 165 I believe, so still down and not looking as I mean, he had to adjust there at the bottom. Normally he just hits the position and drives straight through. Everything looks easy, but looking better than he was when we saw him at the Worlds, and in the lead for the moment anyway. So can this man, Mirozoyan, put the pressure back on? Remember, lighter than Boevsky, so this lift would equal Boevsky, but of course he would go into the lead by virtue of lighter body weight, and then there'd only be one lift left in the competition, which of course would be Boevsky, and it would have to be 157.5 for the gold. So sorry, correction, I said Mirozoyan, it's obviously it's Mirozoyev.
Or Mirzayev.
Even.
So let's hope he gets this, because will really set us up for the second half of the competition.
Again, I think he's capable. It's just got to get his head round it.
Into that little rolling routine. Oh yes!
Wow, what a great competition this is turning into. A personal best for Mirozoyev, and now it's all left for Boevsky to do. Boevsky has to go to 157.5 to take the gold medal, and this is really going to put him under pressure. He's really going to have to pull out all the stops.
Really interesting. You see how quick he is, gets under the bar, and you know, as you emphasize time and time again, how important it is, the speed with which you actually have to execute this lift.
Yeah, everything has to be right. Maximum pull, and then once maximum height is reached, you don't have to get under before the bar starts travelling down. So the momentum that you've created in that first part of the pull, you mustn't let the bar start travelling. You have to get under it before it starts moving down. So the last lift in this snatch competition, and it's either going to mean a gold if he succeeds, or silver if he fails. But of course We're only halfway through the competition, still the clean and jerk to come.
Yes, and if he does fail, well, he will still have, of course, 155 kilos, so he'll be very much in touch, but it might be 3 out of 3. Oh, yes, it is. That's what champions are made of.
So there we go, Boevski's back. And that was a great competition, Dave. 3 lifts, each man did his best. You couldn't have asked for any more from either of them.
Terrific. So, we've had some amazing competitions. We've got another one which we're going to show you the highlights of very shortly, the women's 75 kilos, so don't run away because that's really well worth watching. But this is a terrific start here. Boevski 157.5, 3 good snatches. Moseyev, nothing wrong at all. 3 equally good efforts there. He's in second place. He's 2.5 kilos off the pace, and he's very much in the competition. And then Smolka of Poland, 150 kilos in the bronze medal position. So those 3 away from the rest. And a real buzz around the auditorium. Everybody enjoyed that.
It was a great competition.
Well, Boevski, you know, as you were saying, David, they had this sort of catchphrase, invincible, Mr. Invincible, having unified the European, the world and the Olympic titles. But as they say, once you're up there, the only way to go is down, and he came down with a bang at the World Championships, and this is the comeback. And okay, he may not be in absolutely tip-top condition, but he proved there that when he's asked the question, he was asked 2 questions at 155 and again at 157.5, and he answered them positively. Moseyev, take nothing away, excellent silver medal, looks in good condition. Let's hope his clean and jerk is as effective as his snatch.
And also in contrast, Moseyev is the improving lifter.
So we're going to take a little break. When we come back, it'll be the women's 75